Hello.
Hi, I'm looking for Aaron.
Yeah, that's me. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Aaron? How are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
From who?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you've heard of the show?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the segment we do called the Second Date Update?
No, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You're going to get very familiar with it because you're a part of a Second Date Update now.
What?
It's a segment we do on our show where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back afterwards, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask what went wrong. So a girl named Maria emailed us about you.
Oh, okay.
That's the excited voice, right?
Yeah. She told us a little bit about your date. Didn't sound like much of a date, just breaking into her house basically when you came to pick her up.
Oh my God. Yeah, that did happen.
But she also said that you're not calling her back, and at the end of that experience, you guys had sort of made plans to go out again.
Yeah. Yeah. It just doesn't seem like it's really a great fit. You know, like it seems like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but it just seems like it would be kind of hard to actually date her.
Oh.
Why is that?
I don't know. It feels like we're on different levels, if that makes any sense.
Is it because you had to break into her house because she forgot her keys that were actually in her purse?
No, it's not that at all. That was actually pretty great. I don't get to break a lot of windows. That was really fun.
Oh, so you did think that part, well, the only part really of your whole date, you had a good time with her.
Yeah. If every girl wanted me to break into her house, I would totally be fine with that. That's a fun adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like an exciting time.
I thought the blood would definitely be like, well, I cut myself and I'm leaving.
It was super minor and she had band. It was not a big deal.
Okay.
So then what's the reason that you're not calling her back? Why don't you feel like you're on the same level or whatever you said?
Well, so while we were around, like, one of the sides of her house trying to find a window to get into, we were talking. We were trying to have, like, salvage a date out of this.
Right.
And this is the first time we've talked in person, so we were chatting, and...
You're having, like, first date get-to-know-me conversation over trying to give me a window open to get into a house.
Yeah, we're just making, like, small talk or whatever, so we were talking about TV shows that we're watching, and we both love Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Which is my favorite show. I'm not going to spoil anything, but we were talking about it, and she said something that seemed kind of weird early on. She just said, it's weird that 1,000 years ago people had to worry about getting eaten by dragons.
But she was joking, right? I mean, that was being
That's
silly.
what I thought. So I laughed. I thought that was funny. And she heard me laughing, and she was like, what? Dragons are bad. Just like that. Just like that.
Okay,
So
still
she thought
funny,
dragons were real.
At this point, I don't know what she's thinking. Is this some sort of, is she messing with me? Is this like some test? Like, will you break a window? Do you think that I think dragons are real? Like, it's all some elaborate first date test, you know? And so I don't know. So I'm like, I'm sort of feeling it out, and I laugh, and I think we're having an okay time.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps talking about like what this time period would have been like to live in, not this universe, this time period. She actually said Game of Thrones is my favorite period piece.
So maybe she just used the wrong wording. Like, there's no way she actually thinks it's like a reenactment from real life.
As far as I can tell, like, she doesn't think like there were cameras there, obviously. Like, she thinks it's like based on a true story, like that.
No.
But then she got into like how it's weird that wizards and witches just like aren't around as much anymore. Like they sort of disappeared.
At any time did you explain to her that Game of Thrones is made up and it's not a documentary?
Look, man, if she thinks that's true, then I don't want to break her heart. I don't want to crush her and tell her about the terrible world. And if she's messing with me, I don't want to admit that I'm fooled. There's no win situation.
Yeah, I guess you're screwed. Hey, Aaron, I do want to let you know, though, that you might have crushed her.
What do you mean?
I mean that she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation, and she might have just found out that Game of Thrones is not real. Maria, are you still there?
I'm not